What's up, my darlings? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, get into this look right here. This look will be on my other channel, Jody Nancy, JodyNanci. I'll link it right here and also in the description bar below with a link to my videos. Let me know what you guys think about this look. So into this video today, I wanted to talk like all things ghosts, because y'all already know I am a paranormal fanatic. You hear me? Like anything paranormal, I'm here for it. So I wanted to touch a little bit on like different topics like child ghosts, possessions, finding out if there's really an entity in your home, if you're clairvoyant, stuff like that, right? Let's just get into this video. All right, so a few months ago, I actually, that was during the time when there was a lot of activity in my home. It's funny because ever since I got my crystals, which you can see them right here. I'm not really sure if the camera picks it up, but this is my geodite that I have. And I have like a few other crystals that I'm gonna show y'all because I love them. I haven't held them in so long. I think I'll hold this one. This is my amethyst. So ever since I got my crystals, I haven't been experiencing a lot of things in my house, a lot of activity, which is weird because crystals are supposed to pick that up, I would think, right? But I don't know, ever since I got them, like there's been absolutely no type of activity, no sleep paralysis, none of that, which is weird, you know? But I mean, I'm good with it. Also, on that night, actually, I was in my bed and I was sleeping. And that was around the time when I was having a lot of out-of-body experiences. And I woke up, like in my sleep, I woke up, but I knew it was an out-of-body experience because, like I told y'all before, whenever I see things in my bedroom for exactly what they are in my waking state, I know it's just an out-of-body experience. If things are changed up, then I know it's sleep paralysis. It's not sleep paralysis, it's a dream, you know? So I was sleeping and I woke up, and my son, he sleeps in the bed with me because, you know, he's Capo, and Capo is a scaredy cat, but I'm Capo too, so it's fine. Capo just means scaredy cat in my language. So he's Capo, so he's sleeping in the bed with me. And I could see him in the bed, and I noticed that I couldn't see him in the bed, I could feel him in the bed. And I noticed that there was this man standing at the foot of my bed. One second. Yes, Trey? Sorry, y'all. Being a mom is a 24/7 job, like for real. So he's standing at the foot of my bed. And he's a white dude. He has like a motorcycle type of jacket on, and I can't really remember his clothing, but he's standing there. He looks about to be like, I put him at the range of 35, 36, and he's standing there. He has blonde hair and blue eyes, beautiful blue eyes. And he reminded me of one of my coworkers, but my coworkers, he don't work with us anymore, so he reminded me of him. And he smelled of straight cigarettes. And my coworker, he's a heavy smoker, right? And he walks up to me. Mind you, my bed, I wish I could show you my bed, but it's dirty. It has like clothes all over it, so I'm not going to. And if I'm sweating on my upper lip, it's because it's hot as shit in here. So that's why. But he walks up to me and he touches my cheek. Now, mind you, I can't move. And if you've been watching my other videos, my paranormal story times, you already know that I've had a lot of paranormal experiences with sleep paralysis, where I would be paralyzed, you know, sleep paralysis, and I would see an entity. And this is the second time that an entity touches me, touches my face in my sleep. So he walks up to me, touches my cheek, and I'm watching him. And all of a sudden, a door appears in my wall, and it leads into like a basement type of underground type of thing where like people are partying, you know, everything like that. And he resembled a biker dude. So he walks in, and there are other people just standing there. Some of them look at me, you know, and he walks in and he goes down the stairs. And in my state, I don't know if it's my spirit that exited from my body, but I got up and I tried to go through the wall with him. But then the wall, mind you, it had like graffiti and everything on there, right? The wall just closed back. So I couldn't follow him. And I thought, you guys, I felt such a sense of loss. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, but I felt like this person was probably important to me, kind of like a soulmate or something. And when he touched my cheek, I could smell the cigarette smoke. Y'all, I woke up from my sleep paralysis and I could still smell the smoke. Swear to God, I could still smell it. And I was like, wow, because his fingers smelled like smoke so strongly. How did I get caught? So that was my experience. That was my last sleep paralysis experience since I bought my crystals. And since then, I haven't had any experiences. So another thing is ghost children, right? Do y'all remember when I told y'all about like the little demon child that was in my bedroom? Now, I'm gonna take it back a step further. I had an ex-boyfriend and he slept over one night and he said my son was in his own bedroom at the time. Now, mind you, I keep my door locked, so there's no way that my son could have came in. And he woke up in the morning and he was like, hey, did Dre come into the room last night? I was like, no, the bedroom door was locked. And he was like, oh, because like I thought I saw a little boy come into the room. It wasn't my son, you know, because my door is locked. So I was like, what was that little boy doing? He said he looked just like Dre and he was just standing there staring at me. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, that kind of, it didn't surprise me because I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but sometimes when I go downstairs to my living room at night, I'll have the impression of a man sitting there with a little boy, and the little boy is black. He's like mixed, kind of like resembles my son. And he's sitting there with the little boy on my couch, and they're watching me in my kitchen. And y'all gonna swear I'm crazy, but I don't know what it is. Like, I get it a lot. And they're watching me in my kitchen, and the little boy is asking him questions about me. And he's telling the little boy, oh, like the little boy would ask, oh, can she see us? Because I'll look in the direction and I'll stare intently at the couch, and I'm like, I feel like somebody's there, but I can't see anything. But in my mind's eye, I see them, you know? And y'all gonna swear I'm crazy, but like the little boy will ask him, hey, can she see us? And he'll be like, not yet, but she will, you know? And I don't see anything malice. I don't see any malice with them. I don't sense any negativity. I just sense curiosity. And one night, I actually had a dream about that little boy. I was sleeping in my bed, and I had a dream that he was in my son's bedroom. And he was just standing there and looking at me. He was about a few years younger than my son. And like, he called me mom. And I was like, whoa, I'm not your mom, you know? And then I had another dream about him I think a month later. I'm not really good with timelines, but I think about a month later, I had another dream about him. And it was me and my ex. We had him, and my ex disappeared. Like, we were at a movie theater, and my ex left, and my ex left with my son, with Dre, and I was with the little boy. And he was like, mommy, like, let's go look for them, you know? And I was like, okay, we'll go look for them in a minute. And me and him went on this whole adventure of looking for Dre and my ex. That was the last time I dreamt about him. And to be honest with you, ever since having the crystals, I haven't felt that sense of somebody being in my living room anymore. It's just weird. It's so weird. Also, About the little demon kid, right? So if, just in case you haven't watched that video, I was sleeping in my bed. Of course I'm sleeping in my bed, right? I'm always sleeping in my bed. But I was sleeping, and this little boy, mind you, it was daylight, and I saw this little boy. He resembled my nephew. He looked exactly like him. And he walked up to my bed, and he was staring at me. And I was like, JJ, what are you doing here? Because my nephew's name is JJ. I was like, JJ, what are you doing here? And he was like, he didn't say anything. He just smiled at me. And then he put his knee on the bed, like he wanted to come onto the bed. And he was just staring at me still. And I had the Bible next to me, because whenever I'm sleeping by myself, I keep my Bible with me. And I had the Bible next to me, and I put the Bible toward him because something just told me, put the Bible toward him. And it was urgent, you know? So I put the Bible toward him, and he looked at the Bible and backed up, like real fast, right? Then he crouched. And I got out from the bed, and I kept bringing the Bible closer to him. Now, the second time I put the Bible, I was confused. I was like, why don't you want to, have the Bible next to you? And he kept backing up, like in a crouch position, and he was crawling backwards. And at that point, I was like, that's not my nephew. That's a freaking demon child. And I took the Bible, and I just kept ushering him outside, like getting closer and closer. He crawled backwards all the way down my stairs and through my door, right? And when I woke up from that, I took my olive oil. I said a blessing over my olive oil, started putting crosses. You guys can't see it, but I have crosses on everything because I have my Palo Santo. And when I do my Palo Santo, it's supposed to ward away evil energy. And it's just supposed to keep like the good energy. So I did my Palo Santo, and I have crosses on my walls and everything now, but with olive oil. But back then I didn't have Palo Santo, so I just used like the olive oil. I said a prayer with everything that I did. Every cross that I did, I was like, Lord, please don't let anything evil reside here, kick them out, blah blah blah, So since then, like I've had dreams, like you guys know this, I've had dreams about that before. Had dreams of my apartment burning down. It's scary dreams, Now, I'll tell you guys about the time when I don't know what it was, but when I was in Texas and I was going through my abusive relationship with my ex-husband, I went to church one day, and the pastor was like, she was a female. She was like, y'all need to get an altar in your bedroom and light a white candle on top of it and pray for blessings, because white candles are supposed to be a symbol of protection, of divinity and everything. So I did that. I started doing that, and I started having weird dreams, like really bad nightmares, to the point where I was seeing death a lot, and it would be graphic, like super graphic. I dreamt of an airplane crashing. 4 days later, an airplane crashed. And I dreamt of a motorcycle accident where the motorcycle hit a red pickup truck, and it was kind of like melded together, like his fingertips were in the truck bed, just like melded. I dreamt of a field of death, meaning that there was like a field, like a big old football field, bigger than a football field, of just dead people laying there. I dreamt of I dreamt of two bodies in a shopping area where, clothing store. And I dreamt of a man in my bathroom with very blue eyes, but he was an older man, and he was just sitting in a chair looking at me like he had committed suicide, but he was looking at me. And I started getting closer to him, and I was like, you know what? I really don't want to see this. And then I woke up, right? Now, I don't know what all of this is about, but I started having dreams of my home back in Dominica. And for those of you who've watched that video, my first paranormal experience, it was when I was laying in my bed, and my room got pitch black, and it never used to be pitch black, but it got pitch black. I couldn't see anything, but I felt like my eyes were opened, and something was choking me and lifting me up from the bed. Like I was basically levitating. My sister, who was sleeping next to me, she noticed it. She poked me, and finally she turned on the light because I was making these noises like right. She turned on the light. I fell back onto the bed, but she had already seen me semi-levitating. The only part of my body that was touching the bed was from my calf down, which is freaking impossible, right? And since then I felt like something was looking for me. In my dream, that's how I started feeling. I started feeling like something was searching for me, and it's like I could see it, right? And it couldn't see me, and it was just searching. And in one of the dreams, I saw its yellow eyes. I don't know what that was about, but it had like yellow eyes. And it was like, I will find you, right? In the dream. And I woke up. And I was like, whoa, is it my candle? Is that the reason? And then I noticed that this video is getting too long. Oh my God, I'm about to dead it. But I noticed that I wasn't, I was supposed to keep the candle lit and let it burn out, right? That's the process. But I was blowing out my candle every time. I mean, I was smelling rotten eggs in my bedroom, and I thought a couple times it was my cat, but one of the times my cat wasn't even in the room, and I smelled it, so I knew it wasn't my cat. I was smelling smoke in the room. Like it was a whole mess. So I stopped messing with that, and I'm like, you know what? If I ever light a white candle, it's gonna be a small little one, kind of like the ones I have right here. It's gonna be a small little one, and you just pray for protection and just let it burn out, you know, on its own. So that's how you know if you have an entity in your home too. If you smell things, if things that you have go missing, kind of like my debit cards used to go missing. I think because the spirit was probably trying to tell me I was spending too much, which I was. So my debit cards would go missing, and I wouldn't find it until I ordered a new one. And then in the place that I looked before, like 3 times before, I would find it after I ordered a new debit card, meaning that one was closed, so the new one was in the mail, right? So that was pretty something. What else? Ghosts are like that, you know, like the good ones, they come to you, especially if you're clairvoyant. You'll start noticing like a lot of ghosts coming to you in your dreams, because they know, like when you're asleep, you're more open to them, you're more open to seeing them. Not once have I ever felt afraid of a ghost. Now, when it was evil, yes, I felt very, 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 very afraid. But when it was good, they would show themselves to me, and they wouldn't have a problem showing themselves to me in their true form. And some of them, like a couple times, they touched my cheek. I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, please let me know. And they would just come to me, you know, and just stand there. I could never communicate with them. So I don't know what that's about. I could only see them, and they would just stare at me. They wouldn't try to talk or anything. They would just stare at me. And I don't know if they're waiting for me to open up my chakras, so that way I could be able to be more open to communication with them, which I am. I'm pretty open to it. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that I wouldn't feel scared if I actually saw one in front of me without me being asleep, you know? I don't know. Probably that's why they do that. I think that's why they come to you when you're asleep. Which is pretty considerate if you think about it. But evil entities, they want you to be afraid, so they come to you. They'll wake you up in your sleep. They'll touch you, poke you, scratch you, stuff like that. Try to pull your covers from you. I remember my little sister. She was asleep in the haunted apartment back in New York. She was asleep in the top bunk bed, and she called me one night, and she was like, Jody, I don't know what's going on. I feel something pulling on my covers. She was at home by herself, And I was like, listen, do you feel anything there? She was like, yes. I mean, the chick was terrified. She was like, yes. I was like, you know what? You need to get up right now and you need to grab your Bible and sleep with your Bible. And she did that, and I think it went away. But she was hearing noises in the apartment. Yo, they were coming for her. Just like they try to come for me. But I don't know, y'all. It's just the paranormal world or the supernatural world is so... We have so little information on it. You know, we don't know who to trust. Because sometimes they'll say, oh, you know, the ghost could be evil. You know, and yeah, demons are known to take the shape of a child ghost or somebody innocent looking just to get close to you. So you never know what's real. But I would say it's all with the energy. If you're into energy and you feel off, like something is off, then trust your instincts. Yeah. So, that's all I have to talk to you guys about, because I want to save more for another video. I don't want to just give y'all everything, you feel me? But and this video is too long. It's probably like 20 minutes right now. Hopefully less, but I doubt it. It's probably more. I really hope you guys like this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Right now I have zero subscribers. Like, do you know how that makes me feel? Like, I have 6 views on my other video, but I have 0 subscribers. So I want y'all to subscribe to my channel. If you're into makeup and everything else, like life stuff, talks, head over to Jody Nancy. Like I linked it below, but I'll link it again right here. Subscribe to my channel over there. My channel is growing pretty fast over there. And this one I wanted to pick up speed too, so support your girl. All right, I love y'all. Bye.